Hello and welcome back to another video. Anime Diana here, and we are doing a what if Izuku Midorya was the son of Hawks part 2. Quick review from the last video. We left off Izuku just almost finishing all his training for 8 months. Okay. All right. So, before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated on my daily uploads. And today I'm probably going to upload more than once. I know I'm going to do at least 2 because I'm going to upload as much as I can because I'm already on spring break. So yeah, I don't really have school. So I'm pretty much chilling. I'm chilling. Alright, so Deku just finished 8 months of his training with All Might, and his quirk has been updated. It says he was one for all. As I said, I think I said he can use about 25% of one for all already, right? Well, no, 15% at the beginning before he even started training because he was pretty buff. Now he's like, what's his name? Muriel buff. So he's able to go 20%, 25. No. Yeah, 25%. So... yeah, so he's pretty much cleared up all the beach, and his quirk is super duper good. Like, he can make his wings go almost as far as he wants. Like, that far. It can go at least 3,000 miles. At least. No, meters. 3,000 meters, okay? So, yeah, for the rest of the 2 months, All Might and Deku said their goodbyes after the 8 months. But they meet up every once in a while, like a week or 2. For the rest of the months, he would train with his father, Hawks. So Tamaki, Izuku Tamaki, and Keigo Tamaki, because that's his last name, because he's the son of Hawks. And Hawks' name is Keigo Tamaki, so it's Izuku Tamaki. For those of you who For those of you who haven't seen the last video. So, yeah, so we do that. So they would do that. They would train, and Izuku's quirk would be even more updated, upgraded to the point where Izuku can use, as I said, in the first video, like the beginning, the quirk doctor said that he could put wings on somebody else for at least 20 seconds at the most. But with one for all, he can do it for a whole minute. He can give somebody that for a whole minute. And just to say, like, he only can control about like 25% right now. And yes, it's the beginning. Like he pretty much. So he basically practiced on his mom, with his mom a little bit, because his mom would volunteer. She would say, okay. So they could put wings on her back, and the mom has control over the wings because it's on her back, and it allows the person holding the wings to control them. But they can also control those wings himself. So his mom just starts flapping the wings. He's like, this is cool. And then Izuku just uses his ability to control over his wings and the wings that he places on somebody else. And he uses that, like, to make them fly. And the wings that he puts on somebody else don't look like these wings, like on Izuku's back. They don't look like real wings. They just look like, it's like neonish green, but you could see through. Like, it's almost see-through. Pretty much like, yeah. But they have the same texture of wings. It's just that they're not able to be there for a long time. So Deku gets it up to about a minute, and his dad is very, very proud. So pretty much Deku is pretty much stronger than Hawks. And his wings, when he makes a sword out of them, they're really, really strong. So Deku is pretty much upgraded almost to the max. Almost. Well, not almost at all, because he's only 25%. So yeah. So then, right before UA exams, All Might tells Izuku to get ready. And Izuku's all ready. He's not scared, nothing. Yeah, he walks up, and he meets up with Bakugo on the way there. And Bakugo's like, whoa, man, you're built all of a sudden. He's like, dang, bro, you're built. Because, Bakugo and Deku have a tight relationship. But they're like homies. They're rivals, though. Like Asta and Yuno rivals. But Bakugo's not antisocial like No offense to Oh, yeah. And if y'all want any Black Clover what-ifs, just comment down below and tell me that. Because I got a lot of ideas for Black Clover. And by a lot, I mean a lot. So, let's get started. So pretty much what happens next is, what would I say? They start, they do the like smart test and whatever. Deku passed that already. Well, he's pretty confident he passed that 100%. Number one, which just in case I won't tell y'all. Yeah, it'll be after the test. And then they get to the whole rule set. He tells them about the 0-pointer, 1-pointer, 2-pointer, 3-pointer robots. Yada yada yada. Ito doesn't really say nothing because he actually kind of understands stuff a little bit more. So yeah, so we're gonna get into the practical exam where they fight the robots. So as they start, Izuku is just rushes in without like letting nobody know before President Mike says go. He says follow him. There's no goes or countdowns to a hero to a fight. To saving. There's no countdowns with saving people. So Izuku just runs in, makes swords out of his things, and slicing through like every single robot he sees in his path. Bakugo, of course, is like also behind Midorya, getting as much as she can. But Midorya is like going to go crazy, because I'm pretty sure on his first time he got like 400 points. Yeah, let's just say he got 400 points with all of them combined. 400 hero points and villain points combined, like that's 400. Like they made it combined or something like that. Something about like 400 or something. So Deku just goes in flying as fast as he can, just cutting through every single robot in his path. And Deku right now he has like 200 points, and he's like just keeps slicing through them. And then he gets a little tired with his wings. But not tired with his wings. He just wants to like punch through them. So he powers up 1 for all 25%. And yes, he was doing that without 1 for all, slicing through robots and stuff. Powers up 1 for all, punching, yeet, flying right through them. Like he like flying as fast as he can. He's like, boom, making like holes out of nowhere, like through like 50 at a time. Like bro, I'm telling you, he has like 400 points right now. He already passed up all Mike. Okay. And then Katsuki actually gets more because Deku actually helps him a little bit and puts wings on his back, and Bakugo sees this like, oh, he must have trained his quirk really, really good. He's like, oh, if he wants to help me, he wants to help me. But at the same time, Bakugo was actually kind of mad because he didn't want Izuku's help. So Izuku would take the things off, but instead of getting only like 70 villain points, he got 70 villain points and about like 20 hero points. So he has like 90 points. But Deku over here with 500 points, I'm telling you, like this Deku is probably better than my other What If Deku. But I actually like my other What If a little bit better because I just started this one and not that one. And yeah. So and then as Deku's trying to get more and more robots, there's other people barely getting robots because Izuku over here clapping all of them. They're still gonna make it in anyway, some of them, of course. And then all you see, and all Izuku hears, his like wings perk up real quick. He turns around and he sees a brown-haired girl. And yes, Deku didn't actually fall, so he didn't really meet her in the morning. Well, actually, let's say he did, but he didn't fall. He just saw her and talked to her a little bit. And he sees the girl he had talked to, the brown-haired girl named Ochako Uraraka. Since they got to know each other a little bit, he knew his name and stuff, yada yada yada. So yeah, he sees that. He flies as fast as possible and just powers up 1 for all, full cowling, 25%, and it hurts if he goes 30. So he went 30 because he really like was fun to destroy this giant robot. So he grabs his wing and just like twirls. You know how in the Bakugo versus Deku fight, he did that little spin? He basically does that, but like facing forward and like spinning with his wings, and just like freaking treadmills or whatever that thing is called. Where you like, it's like a drill, and he goes straight through that robot, piercing a giant hole right through its head. And then Deku goes right back through the hole and pushes it back, trying not to hurt Ochako. So he basically takes one of his wings off, full control, and making it carry Ochako to safety. Ochako sees this and thanks Deku while blushing. He's like, oh my gosh, my hero. No, I'm not gonna do all that. Well, yeah, she does blush. He blushes too. because he sees that. And then what's it called? President Mike yells, "Time's up!" While all the like teachers just watching Izuku just super like, "Whoa, that's Hawk's son? Man, Hawks need to step up his game if this is his son. His son has already surpassed him, I'm pretty sure." Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Actually, nah, let's say nah. Because Hawks is more like used to his quirk more than Dick. But he's like almost there. Like he's almost there. So, pretty much, yeah, he basically passes the sort of highest in history, even higher than All Might. Even higher than All Might. Oh, yeah, in my last video, my Izuku, I said he was highest in history. And then I figured out All Might's score was like 400. I was like, oh, yeah, I gotta change that. So I'm probably gonna change that in the future. So, yeah, let's get it. Alright, so what happens next is Izuku pretty much is, got number 1. Not number 2, though. He got number 2 on the smart test. Wondering why it was actually Bakugo who had number 1. He was like, yeah, I trained almost my smarts these past 10 months. But it was worth it. Bakugo got actually number 2 on the test. Because he still was like, he was number 1 in the original because he got like 70 points alone. So yeah, but actually this time he got like 90, so he's still number 2. But that good, Izuku had like 500 points. And then plus the hero points, so he got like 560. Actually, let's make it like 542. Yeah, 542. The most random number ever. So we got 542. That's like over 142 over All Might score. So yeah. Then got home, got his letter like right away because he was number 1. And then he shows All Might in the camera. He's like, "Hello, young Midorya." And yes, All Might has told him, so Midoriya's not very surprised. In those past those last 2 months that he was training with Dad, as I said, Izuku was talking to All Might every once in a while during those 2 months. So, and then All Might ended up telling him that he's going to be working at UA. "You have got number 1 in history, even higher than my score. And I'm ready to see you become one of the most strongest heroes ever. I'm ready to see you become a hero." And yeah. So, that happens. He gets his uniform. The next day he flies to school, picking up Bakugo on the way, giving him some wings for a minute. And then he falls out of midair. He does it again real quick. But he couldn't do it for long. So yeah, and then Bakugo. Yeah, he can't do it right after. It takes like a minute. But if he really did do it right after, he would only have it for 5 seconds. So when Bakugo fell, he got those wings back right 5 seconds and made it to the ground. And on the ground, he's like, "Ooh." He's shaking a little bit. But Bakugo is cool dude, so he's trying to act cool, I actually like Bakugo in this one because, Bakugo's not much of a messed up person like that. So, yeah. He makes it to school, and then he goes in the room and talks to Ochako. And Ochako's like, "Oh, hey, Izuku." Like, kind of like blushing, trying to say something, but can't. It's like, "Hey, girl." And then Tamaki, Izuku, that's his last name, says, "Yo," with that cool Hawks voice, trying to act a little like his dad, because he's more cooler in this one, because he's just his dad's nature, but he's also kind because of his mom. He's so kind in the original, though. He's like pretty much that kind, but cooler. And yeah, they sit down, and actually the people quiet down because they've already kind of seen Aizawa spine in the future. So I was like, "Took y'all about 3 minutes to quiet down. Pretty good, but I still have to shape you up." So he says, "Get onto the field right now. Get onto the field, go to this," and yada yada yada. And then Ochaku says, "Aren't we supposed to go to orientation?" He says, "No. We're not here to go to orientation. Do you see heroes going to orientation? Do we go to orientation to save people? No. I got 3 years to turn you on to heroes, and we're gonna do it, and I'm gonna use all of that time. So put these uniforms on and go down the stairs. And just because you want to say that, whoever gets last place loses. Like, not out like who's ever last there, like last place in like a whole exam." Izuku flies as fast as he can. Boom, puts on that thing and gets right there. He's first one there. And let's say Aizawa actually went to UA with Hawks, and Hawks went to UA, and he was in that secret organization until actually never mind. Hawks didn't go to UA because he had the secret organization thing. But yeah. And if you've seen my last video, people don't know that he was in the secret organization, but they know Hawks is running. Keigo Tamaki. For those of you who didn't know. But for those of you who've seen my last video, y'all know. So, yeah. So basically what happened after that is, yeah, pretty much the same thing. Yada yada. I'm sorry if you can hear out there. Just ignore that. Like in my house, they're really loud, so just ignore that. So Izuku, they go up. Izuku is gonna go like last out of everything because Aizawa wants him to go last. He wants to just he's gonna be like the star instead of going first. Everybody else goes first. So yeah, and then at the end, while everybody's done, it's Izuku's turn to do all of them all by himself. So Aizawa says, with all your strength, get this ball as far as you can. You don't have to throw it. As long as you stay in the circle, get as far as you can with all your strength, you're fine. Now go ahead. He already described the rules of weapon, and everybody's like interested to see how strong Izuku is. So Izuku piles up one for all, full Kowlin. Of course, nobody knows what it is. They just think it's part of his power. 25%, no, 30%. He's like, oh, I'm about to feel this, but I gotta do this. You know, he's a little hyped up. And then he throws it as far as possible. And it already has reached about like 500 meters, okay? And then he blasts like a wing, and it goes, and it just like, and it makes that ball go zoom. That ball is flying out, like, it goes like 5,000 meters. And Aizawa just sees this like, oh, did I just see that? Or did I not see that? He's pretty shocked with like that little grin he did in the original. That grin on his face. But of course, Deku didn't get number one on the ball throw because, you know, Uraga got infinite. So then we do the rest of the test. The speed test, Izuku is faster. It's like, Ida, that is not even a person, bro. Ida cannot run. Izuku just gets that in record time, 0.5 seconds. Because he used his wings with it. 25%. He got that in just 0.5 seconds. And Aizawa was just trying to keep his cool. Because, you know, Aizawa was low-key hyped up. You know what I'm saying? He's hyped up. So, basically what happened next is he pretty much aces the rest of the test. Showing that doing the jump test, he just gets his wings and just flies all the way to the end of the thing, aces that. He can go farther, but you know, he just goes to the end of it. Just get, you know, that A, of course. Everything else is pretty much fine. Everything else pretty much happens perfectly fine. And, I think what happens next? Yeah, so he gets number one on that, of course. And the last place is Toru Hagakure. I was like, what? Why not Mineta? Nah, bro. Nah, Mineta's not getting out. And I know y'all like, oh, Mineta's a pervert. Hey, no, bro. You need to go. Nah, Mineta gonna stay a little while. Or forever, maybe. You never know. So, yeah, he basically, like, does that to, Toru Hagakure gets expelled. Because, you know, none of her quirks are really good for, like, that kind of stuff, like, nothing physical. And the only reason why, as I always said in the original, that, like, he just lied is because Izuku had got last, and he saw too much promise in Izuku to expel him. It's actually kind of said by All Might in there, like, he's like, last year you expelled your whole class. Because, you know, he did. And that happens. Toru Hagakure goes to the teacher and yada yada. But she doesn't get expelled exactly, but she gets switched with a student. And that student is Shinso. And yes, I know I put Shinso in our class in the last one. But I really like Shinso, so I'm probably gonna do that a lot, but not all the time. But yeah, Shinso is now in the hero course, because yeah, he's being taught by Izuku, so he knows how to fight a little bit, not fully, but yeah, we're not focusing on Shinso right now. Just want to let you guys know that it's about Izuku Midorya. So after that happens. Shinso's in the class, and actually, instead of Shinso and Midorya, Shinso not really liking Midorya that much because Midoriya used to have a very overpowered quirk. Shinso and Midoriya are actually close friends. Not as close as him and Bakugo. Midoriya and Bakugo are best friends. Like, they're like rivals and homies, but him and Shinso are pretty cool with each other. Cause I'm pretty sure if Shinso was with somebody, like friends with somebody, he's not like that. He's like that one quiet friend in the group. He's like that. Yeah, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, Shinso's like something like that person. If you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that happened, and then what's it called? Yeah, then a week later, All Might come runs in the class. It's like, I'm running into a class like a normal person, and today we're doing hero versus villain training course, and they're all like, okay, that was weird, but what is that exactly? Kirishima says, and then All Might says, basically a course where we put villains and hero into this simulation-ish kind of thing where we put them in a building. The villains are guarding this bomb. The villain have to keep these heroes from the bomb, and the heroes have to try to touch that bomb. If they touch that bomb with their hand, they pass. They win. But if the heroes don't get the bomb within the time limit, villains win. And the way if they defeat one of the villains, they can tie them up in tape, and then boom, it's over. So yeah, so that happens. Oh no! Oh my gosh, why do I keep doing that? How long was it there? Oh my gosh, yeah, that's an idea for another video. Sometime, if y'all want to see it, here I'll show you guys right now. It is, what if Izuku Midorya was a Saiyan and trained by Goku? I'm actually so hyped for that video. Better be so dope. So yeah, let's get back into it. Let's get back into the original. So yada yada yada, that happens, and well, pretty much it goes the same way as the original, but this time Izuku smacks Bakugo. Well, he doesn't actually smack Bakugo. So Bakugo did train, but he mostly trained on his smart system. But Bakugo's still strong anyway. But Izuku did end up just like smack, cause what Izuku did, he basically like put wings on Bakugo and slammed his head to the ceiling in the end, cause he got tired of that and did that, and then Bakugo just got knocked out, and he told Uraka to put them on. And he told Uraka to rush upstairs, giving her a wing to push her as fast as possible. And she's up there trying to distract and then Deku gets up there and touches the ball. The rest of them go the same way, and they're actually pretty intensified by seeing Todoroki's entrance. And Todoroki's entrance is like, he basically just freezes everything that easily and wins. Same thing as possible. But All Might didn't really like that because he didn't use any teamwork with that. Because he had a whole team. He had a whole team. He had a whole partner, and they didn't work together. So yeah, after that, say like a little time skip to like yada yada yada. They make it to the JSL or whatever it's called. I think it's called like JPO or JSL or JUS or what is it called? PSL, something like that. So that happens, and when they make it there, same thing pretty much happens. They make it there, and everybody's like astonished. Whoa, like whoa. Especially like Suju looks at the water place like, that place for me. And they could just see pretty much everywhere. He's like, wow, this place is awesome. So yeah, what happens next is everybody, these villains come in, and Kirishima just is like, wow, they even have fake villains too. And then Aizawa just puts on his goggle things. He's like, those aren't real villains. Hey, 13, watch the kids. So Aizawa leaves. Goes down and fights the villain. Everybody's like kind of freaking out, but they're not freaking out. They want to go fight. But 13 just says, go. No, nobody fights. So, and then Kirigiri shows up, the portal guy with the purple portal, yada, yada, yada. He comes and he just goes over the kids and tries to teleport them, but 13 tries to use this thing, and then he teleports right behind her, causing 13 to get immensely injured, like super, super badly injured. So that happens, and then Korigiri just teleports them everyone. And instead of Mineta, Mineta, it's the same thing. Mineta, Izuku, and Suyu are teleported to the water place. And Suyu's actually pretty happy that she's here, but like she's actually pretty scared a little bit. So she asks Izuku, "What's wrong? What's happening? Why is this happening? Weren't we here just to do some fun stuff, or in practice becoming a hero?" Different. She's a little different from the thing, and he's like, "Well, yes, of course, but turns out some real villains actually showed up. And I'm pretty sure they're here to kill All Might." Oh yeah, and I forgot to say that Shigaraki, the like light bluish hair boy, yells out, "Where's All Might? I'm here to kill him." He said, and so yeah, so we're back to conversation. So he's here to kill All Might, but All Might isn't here. So I don't know. We don't know what should we do. Izuku stutters as villains start peeking out of the water, saying, "Oh, let's kill these kids just like Boss said." And Izuku sees it and flies up and grabs Mineta. And then he asks, well, actually now he doesn't fly up. He stays on the boat. He asks Mineta, "What's your quirk?" But it says, "Well, see these little balls on my hair? They can stick to about anything. But me, myself, they bounce on. They can stick longer, and if anybody touches them, they can stick to that too. They can stick longer for as long as the day is. The longer the day, the more they stick." And Izuku just looks away. He's like, "Oh my gosh." And then Mineta just starts crying. He's like, I know, I'm not ready to be here. I shouldn't be here." So yada, yada, yada. And then Izuku tries to cheer him up. He's like, "Hey, no, you're cool. You're cool." And then Suyu says, It's okay, Izuku. Nobody can defeat me in water." And Izuku just looks at Suyu. He's like, "What's your quirk, Froppy?" He says, "I can do pretty much anything a frog can, and I'm really, really strong in water." So the dude that does that hand thing just tries to cuts the ship in half. And luckily, Izuku, Mineta, and Suyu moved out of the way really quickly. And the thing starts to sink. So Izuku flies up. And Izuku says, "Suyu, go onto that wall and bring Mineta with you." So, and then Suyu sets him on the wall. He tells him, "Make sure you stick to this wall." Well, actually, no. Midorya grabs him instead and keeps him from falling down as Froppy goes in the water and just starts to yonk, and beating the crap out of these villains, right? And then and then one of them makes this like whirlpool. Actually, no, never mind. And then Froppy's actually getting out of game. So Froppy gets up, and Deku says, "All right, I got this. Wait, I have wings. I'm nothing to do with water." And as he's flying over, he's like, "Wait, one for all." So he powers up 25% and punches at the water as strong as he can. And his hand actually went 30% at that time, so his arm is almost broken. It like really, really hurts. It's like, ah. And it's like a whirlpool, and everybody gets washed in there, and then when it's all like, just throwing all his things, so everybody's getting stuck and they're getting pretty much drowning. But they're not drowning, of course, because they're water kirk dudes. So yeah, and they escape. And as this is happening, everybody else, and Shinso instead of Toru Hagakure, the girl that's invisible, I think that's her name, right? Instead of her over there, Shinso's actually over there fighting right by side with Shoto and stuff. Because I know she was supposedly there because I remember one part, she said, "I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right by your side, Todoroki." I think she said something like that. And Shoto said, "Oh, I couldn't see you there. I almost froze you in the cannon." I think that's what happened. But that didn't happen. Shinso's over there fighting with him because Shinso got like a little bit of martial arts, like Aizawa. He can kind of fight like Aizawa. He got a little neck thing he has. So yeah, that happened. Yada yada yada. That happens, and as as Aizawa was fighting the villain, Shigaraki's getting tired of this. He's like, oh no, he's defeating all of these little twerps. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have got them. He said, Kurigiri, give me the Kurigiri, bring out the Nomu. The Nomu comes out, and then Shigaraki says, kill that dude with the black hair, who's Aizawa, of course. And Aizawa just like tries to fight at him, but he fight the Nomu, but Nomu's just yonk, 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 and Izuku just makes it right on time, and it says, shoot style, boom, kicks it right in his face. Kicks the Nomu right in his face. And Izuku grabs some of his wings, and makes a sword out of them. He's like, yeah, he makes a sword and starts slicing at the Nomu. And Izuku notices that like the Nomu is so strong that his swords are barely like slicing up his skin. So he powers up more one for all, and then 30% hurting his body a little bit. And he's just over here yonking on him. Like that Nomu was probably getting actually hurt, but he keeps regenerating. And Izuku tries to kick him right in his freaking stomach, and he just absorbs that shock and punches Izuku right in his face. Yoink! Sorry, I'm saying yonk and stuff like that. So yeah, he gets blasted back and knocked out, and as All Might shows up, he's like, oh no, young Midorya. Oh, I am here. He punches that Nomu dead in his face, and Nomu gets blasted back a little bit, but kind of absorbs the shot because like that was like 100% right there. And, you know, they do their little battle, boom, 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 over and all, like, you know. And right before he lands that hit that would blast it off, the Nomu didn't get blasted off. Let's say this Nomu was a little strong. It was like just low, like he went down for a while. And as he was down, Deku powers up 30% and stabs it right in his chest, thinking that it's now dead. It has to be. But nope, it gets right back up after that. It's nowhere near close to the Hood Nomu, like at the end, which Endeavor fights, but it's nothing close to that. Aizawa was really hurt, so some of the kids try to grab Aizawa. Yeah, Kurigiri tries to stop Izuku from doing something, but Bakugo comes right in and was like, move another step and I'll blow your head off right now. Yeah, I found your weak spot. Kurigiri's just sitting there, he can't really do nothing, or he will be blew up by Bakugo. And then Shoto tried to help, but then All Might says, get back, kids. You too, Izuku. Izuku says, no, I'm not backing down, All Might. Yeah. So they get now brawl, you know, they going all out, bro. Shigaraki pretty much can't do nothing because instead of Todoroki and Bakugo, they didn't really back up. Bakugo stayed on Kurigiri, of course. And Todoroki over here is fighting Shigaraki. So yeah, Shigaraki's all stuck up, blah blah blah, and yeah, so it's pretty much Deku and All Might boxing this Nomu, like they boom 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 boom, and then All Might delivers that boom, and that Nomu got blasted, and right before he did that, Midorya goes up 40%. He's like, you don't know how hurt like Deku is right now, like his bones is pretty much almost breaking, and he over here, it just as he's flying up, he flies up there. Grabs the sword and slices that Nomu head off. Like, that Nomu head is gone. It's gone. And as he's flying, you know, he can see the head. And, yeah, the Nomu pretty much died. Bakugo, Shigaraki, one of the villains come up and just smacks Bakugo off of Kurigiri. And Shigaraki says, hey, Kurigiri, it's time to retreat. And then, you know, Shigaraki is shot by, what's his name? I forgot his name, the one with the bullets and stuff. Right in his knees, kneecaps, arms, all that. It's like, bro, that shot was so good, bro. Like, dude was really getting shot in his kneecaps and stuff. Yeah. So he's pretty much brought back by Kurigiri. They retreated and left pretty much every single villain behind. He's like, man, forget those little weaklings. So, yeah, and then Bakugo and then that all ended. As All Might's limit has went down to only about an hour and a half left. Because he had 3 hours before, right? And now it's like only an hour and a half. So, but only Izuku knows about it right now. Yada, yada, yada. That happened. So, yeah, after that, the police officers come and they arrest all those villains. And Aizawa is brought into serious treatment. Aizawa and Izuku. Because Izuku had actually broken at least a bone, which was like in his left arm or right arm. The one I said, because he did power up 30% and punched it, and he already hurt his arm. Then he powered up full count like 40%, and that just like his arm just went off its limits. His arm was done with. Well, not done with, it just broke. So yeah, he's brought into the hospital. But he's healed pretty quickly because that's pretty much the only part that was like really badly injured was his arm. And yeah, his arm's pretty cool. Everybody, so as Izuku comes back, yeah, everybody's cool and all. But the school goes around and is actually going to put kids into dorms like now. Like they need dorms now because that Nomu was actually really strong. He was like leveled with All Might. So yeah, that happened. And I know, like, oh, Izuku wouldn't kill. That was a normal. He wouldn't have killed that. But he did. He chopped off that Nomu whole head. Knowing that it probably would have came back when it hit the ground. So he ended that quickly, okay? So yeah, as they move into dorms, Izuku comes back to dorm, limping a little bit, just a tiny bit. So he's actually like fine. He's trying to fly, but he doesn't want to use up all some of his energy since he's still trying kind of recovering. So yeah, they see this is like, "Are you okay?" Kirishima says, and Kirishima says, "Are you okay, Izuku?" Nah, let's say he says Tamaki, because that's his last name. "Are you okay, Tamaki? Are you okay? You good?" He says, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine." So just let me be. I'm cool, okay? So he pretty much says, and Chaco just runs up to him and gives him a big hug, glad to do my brother fly, Izuku sees and hugs her right back, She says, "I was worried about you. What happened?" Yeah, and then after that, they all move into their dorms. They do the same thing like in the show where they show each other dorms and stuff, yada, yada, yada. I'm not gonna go over all that. I know Froppy wasn't really sad this time because that thing where Bakugo got kidnapped didn't happen. Because this is only like the first part of the whole villain thing. So yeah. And this is where I'm going to be ending this part of the video. And I'm pretty sure it's actually really, really long. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And I'm gonna at least make another video today. And I might be making even more. So peace out.